If it's Wednesday, it's Hump Day Hangover. Greetings everyone, I'm Bart, and if this is your first time joining us, welcome to you, and a big shout out to you. This week's episode is going to dive into something quite personal for me. I'm asking the question, what type of coach am I? So, grab yourself a cup of coffee, or join me with a cocktail, and let's get started. This is Hump Day Hangover. Now, last week we talked about the need and the benefits of having a mentor and a coach. And so I thought, let's take that one step further. Let me dive into something personal here and ask myself, what type of coach am I? So I went out and I looked on the web for the definition of a life coach. And according to the dictionary, a life coach is a person who counsels and encourages clients on matters having to do with careers or personal challenges. And I thought, really? So I went out to a website that focuses on life coaching, and their definition is that life coaches help people move forward and set personal and professional goals that will give them the life they really want. And again, I thought, really? Because you see, I don't think it's about having the life you really want. I think it's about having the life you really deserve. And there's a big difference between what you deserve and what you want. Because my guess is, what you deserve is far greater than what you want. Huffington Post did a whole series and an article on life coaching. And they said that life coaches aim to motivate, offer emotional support, and create confidence in their clients. That many life coaches focus on creating a new life path in order to achieve goals, whereas therapy sometimes looks into emotional resolutions to past problems in order to move forward. And I got to thinking about that. And one thing that is for certain, your past is your past, and you can't change that. But your past does not define you today, and it does not determine who you become tomorrow. It's what got you to where you are today. But that's all it did, is it got you there today. So I Googled life coach, and many things came up. The first thing that popped up were a bunch of advertisements for life coaching programs. They were paid advertisements for life coaching programs. Some of them looked interesting. Some of them were accredited. Many of them were multi-level marketing programs. Nothing wrong with MLMs. Some very successful people have become incredibly wealthy through MLMs. And some of the programs were trenched in spiritual, religious, holistic, and wellness. The Harvard Business Review reports that life coaching is a $1 billion industry. But there is a governing council, and it's called the International Coach Federation. And they are the leading global coaching organization and professional association for coaches. But that's pretty much what it is. It's an association. It's not a true governing body. See, coaching is clearly popular, but what does a professional coach do? CBS Money Watch said, you know what, there are several myths about life coaching, and I just want to share a couple of those with you before we get into really how I see coaching and what I define as coaching. One of the myths out there, first myth that CBS Money Watch said, was that life coaches are professionals who can help you achieve your goals. Technically, anybody can be a coach. Coaching is not regulated. All you have to do is put the word coach on your business card, and you are one. The quality of coaches out there vary dramatically. And here's what I say about goals. Don't look for someone who will help you set your goals. Look for someone who will help you achieve your goals. Because goal achievement is very different than goal setting. Secondly, a myth is that personal coaches can help you reach personal and business goals. Well, effective coaches do work with people to help them live a better life and a richer life. But that should be regardless of their type of goals, regardless of business or personal. See, I don't believe you can separate the two. Now, yes, you can have a business coach who will help you with the day-to-day organization and the day-to-day running of a business. That's different. But a coach to really help you get in alignment with who you are, that coach needs to be someone who can work with you no matter what your goal is. Another myth is that personal coaching takes too much time. Well, most or many life coaches say the standard is that you need to have between 2 and 4 sessions per week lasting anywhere between 20 and 60 minutes. Well, the sweet spot is actually 3 sessions per month for 20 to 45 minutes. If you think about that, 3 sessions per month, 20, 45 minutes, that's minuscule compared to what you're trying to achieve. Another myth is a life coach is like having a good friend you can bounce things off of. And that life coach is there to help keep you motivated. Well, your life coach may be friendly, but they are not your friend. If your life coach tries to be your friend, run. Because you see, a life coach is your advocate. They're not your friend. They want the best from you. They will challenge you. They will hold you accountable. And they will help you grow and do more than you ever think you could possibly do. Unlike a friendship, the coaching relationship is unilateral, exclusively focused on you and your goals, not on the coach. Another myth is that professional coaches tell their clients what to do and give them advice. If your coach is telling you what to do and giving you advice, again, run. Bad or inexperienced coaches tell their clients what to do, and they're constantly giving advice. Good coaches don't do that. Good coaches help their clients explore and come up with the best choices for themselves. They help you determine and find options. They help you course correct. A good coach is an expert at the process of changing behaviors and changing attitudes, which is much more valuable than giving instructions. And the last one I want to share with you is that personal coaching is spiritual and relies on harnessing the energy in the universe. What is harnessing the energy in the universe? Effective coaches are practical. They're professional business people who are focused on tangible results, not on undefined mysticism. If a coach is telling you, this came to me in a vision, in a dream, the universe is telling me this, what I say to that is, does that resonate with you? A good coach doesn't rely on the energy of the universe. Yes, the universe does have a very effective law called the law of attraction. And you will attract in your life what you want. But that law of attraction comes from you being in alignment with your core belief, not for some mystical power that's out there. So back to our question at the top of this episode. What type of coach am I? Well, to begin with, I no longer call myself a coach. Coaches are a dime a dozen. Anyone can be a coach. Instead, I focus on strategy and how you can become the best version of yourself. Because you see, I believe to really be in alignment, you have to look at yourself, and that comes from a branding perspective. And here it is. You've heard me say it many times. What comes to mind when someone mentions your name, that is your brand. You have to own it, no matter what is being said. Good, bad, indifferent, you have to own it. And a good life coach is a strategist who helps you see that, helps you understand that, helps you determine how you can get better at being the real you. And it is okay for someone to walk away and say, you know what? I don't get him. And maybe 10 years later something happens, they go, that's what it meant. That's what they were trying to tell me. That is the key to the law of attraction. That's the key to being the best version of yourself, and that's the key to owning your brand. So before working with a coach or with anyone, there is one book that I recommend you go out and get and you read. It's a very quick read. And it's this book right here. And it's called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This is my Bible, if there ever is one. I have the 4 agreements as the wallpaper on my iPhone. And here are the 4 agreements. First of all, be impeccable with your word. Mean what you say and say what you mean. Secondly, don't take anything personally. We all try to hide behind that persona. We've got this going on and all we see is what's right in front of our face. Don't take anything personally. The third one, don't make assumptions. You know what the word assume means. Assume means you'll make an ass out of you and me. Don't make assumptions. And finally, and most importantly, always do your best. Does that mean you're going to come out on top? Not necessarily. But if you do your best, how can you ask for anything more from yourself? And then finally, there is a question I want you to ask the life coach you're considering having. And that question is, what do you want? And take those 4 words and emphasize each word different and ask that question 4 times. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And what do you want? Because you see, the answer has got to be something personal about them, the coach, and must give you insight to their future self. It is an affirmation of how they see themselves. So you're asking me, okay, Bart, what do you want? Here's what I want. I want to be known as an open-hearted, passionate, creative, whiz-a-wig human being. And what's a whiz-a-wig? Techie people know this one. It's an acronym for what you see is what you get. Secondly, I want to be known as an international keynote speaker and best-selling author. And the third thing I want is I want to be the change I see in the world. So why a life coach? Well, as Rumi tells us, what you seek is seeking you. Life coaching is profoundly different than consulting, mentoring, giving advice, going to therapy, or having counseling. Life coaching assists you in taking your life to the next level, and most importantly, life coaching is a process and requires the full commitment of you, the client. If your life coach tries to focus on the past, the content, the context of your life, what came before, or if they try to focus strictly on the results of what you're trying to achieve, again I say run. It's got to be about the process, the day-to-day things you do in your life. This lesson, as with all, comes from my best-selling book, My Moment to Succeed. Go out to my website, gogetbart.com. There's a link there. You can order it. I'll personalize it for you as well as autograph it. But let's go over to our journaling activities for the week. First of all, wins. List the wins you experienced this week. Secondly, ask yourself, what do you want? What concerns do you have about having a life coach? And what advantages can a life coach bring to your life? And how would you go about finding a life coach? Today's Bartism, I love, says the difference between dreams and reality is called action. A life coach helps you put yourself into action. And don't forget that gratitude list. List 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. I have 2 shout-outs this week. First of all, to Nancy Tynes from Scotland over in the UK, who's now relocated here in the States, made some beautiful comments on a posting that we did about last week's show. And another international flavor here to Edmark Zulueta from the Philippines. He is one of our newest subscribers, and he is celebrating his 21st birthday this week. So happy birthday to you, Edmark. And again, thank you for spending a few moments with me. Hit that subscribe button below. Click the bell next to it. Go out to my website, gogetbart.com. Across the bottom now in the footnotes is where you're going to find my social media. It's a brand new website out there. Click on those links and join me on social media. And of course, visit the Success Store. And as I said before, remember, what comes to mind when someone mentions your name? That is your brand. So until next Wednesday, this has been Hump Day Hangover. Ciao.